Welcome to the second phase of the story of Queen Abisola, who loved and lost. As we already realized in the first part of the story, Queen Abisola, a strong and respected warrior queen, was pressured to marry and produce an heir to the throne, but she hadn't found love in any man yet. When a charming stranger named Ifelua arrived in her kingdom, she fell deeply in love with him. Ifelua, however, was a prince from a rival kingdom with hidden motives. He manipulated Queen Abisola's emotions and learned of her kingdom's secrets through their secret meetings. When the queen discovered his true intentions, she faced a decision: revenge or forgiveness. In the last part of the story, we realize that Ifelua invaded Queen Abisola's kingdom. So when the queen heard of Ifelua's invasion into her kingdom, her heart pounded. Betrayal coursed through her veins like hot coals. She had trusted Ifelua, and yet he had used her and tossed her aside like some worn-out rag. Queen Abisola, fueled by a mixture of rage and heartbreak, quickly took to action to defend her kingdom from Ifelua's invasion. She summoned her most trusted advisors and assembled her powerful warriors to confront the impending danger. With determination, they strategized and fortified their kingdom's defenses, ready to repel Ifelua's incoming invasion. As Ifelua's forces descended upon Queen Abisola's kingdom, Queen Abisola and her warriors met them head-on in a fierce battle. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and the ground trembled beneath the weight of the conflict. Despite Ifelua's cunning tactics, Queen Abisola's bravery and strategic prowess prevailed, driving back the invaders and preventing their attempt to conquer her land. But in the midst of all the chaos, Queen Abisola faced Ifelua in a dramatic showdown, their eyes locked in a silent exchange of anger. But with an unwavering resolve, Queen Abisola bested Ifelua in combat, forcing him to retreat in defeat. Ifelua managed to slip away, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty and unanswered questions. But driven by a burning desire to take revenge, Abisola hatched a daring plan. Disguised as a lowly servant girl, she would infiltrate Ifelua's palace. Her advisors did all they could to stop her crazy plan. They strictly told her that an eagle pulsing like a chicken could easily be killed by a hawk. But the stubborn queen replied that just because a lion disguises itself as a dog, it doesn't mean it loses its strength. And in the end, she had her way. And indeed, her transformation from a queen to a servant was remarkable. Gone was the queen, replaced by a plain-looking maid. Even her closest confidants couldn't recognize her. The journey to Ifelua's palace was a difficult one. Abisola, accustomed to the brilliance of her own home, found the harsh realities of a servant's life very grueling. Yet she persevered because she was fueled by an unwavering determination for revenge. And finally, she got to Ifelua's palace. And under the cover of her disguise, Abisola gained access to the inner parts of Ifelua's court after 3 months. She began to eavesdrop on conversations, piecing together the puzzle. She learned of Ifelua's ruthless ambition of conquering every kingdom, his insatiable hunger for power, and his complete disregard for human life. Okay, this will only take a moment. If you are enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up, like the video, and drop some love in the comment section below, and I'll really appreciate it. Now, back to our story. One day, while serving refreshment at a royal gathering, Abisola's eyes met the gaze of Dike, Ifelua's most trusted guard. And unlike his power-hungry master, Dike possessed a very kind heart and a gentle spirit. He was captivated by Abisola's beauty, so he made contact with Abisola. Days turned into weeks and a bond blossomed between Abisola and Dike. They found solace in their late night conversations, sharing secrets and dreams under the cloak of darkness. It all started with Abisola wanting to use Dike to gather information. But at a point, Abisola got torn between her mission and this unexpected affection she was feeling towards Dike. Seriously, she wrestled with her conscience. And this brings me to this question. If you were Abisola, what would you have done? You've already met a guy who betrayed you, and yet you meet another so soon who treats you so good. Would you give in to him? Ifelua, on the other hand, the ever cunning Ifelua noticed the growing closeness between his trusted guard and the new maid. He launched his own investigation and realized that the new maid was none other than Queen Abisola. Fueled by a twisted sense of possessiveness and a thirst for revenge against Abisola, he timed her and exposed her true identity in his court when everyone had gathered. The world spun around Abisola. There was nowhere to run. She was captured and thrown in prison, and despair threatened to consume her. Ifelua's eyes gleamed with malicious joy as he approached Queen Abisola in prison. "You pay dearly for your deceit," Ifelua sneered, "and you'll be used as a bargaining chip to force your kingdom to surrender to mine." Dike was amazed by the whole situation, by how Abisola had deceived and tricked him for 2 weeks, pretending that they were lovers. So Dike went to Abisola to ask for her side of the story, since he had already heard enough from King Ifelua. Abisola went on her knees and cried bitterly and begged Dike. She told him everything, including how she had been hurt and used by Ifelua and her quest for vengeance. Dike was heartbroken because she had lied to him. However, he was unable to stand by idle and watch the woman he cared for to suffer, so he orchestrated a daring escape plan. He bribed the guard guarding Abisola's prison door, and when nighttime came, he helped Abisola break free from King Ifelua's palace prison. Their escape was not without a price. Ifelua was enraged by Dike's betrayal, so he decided to chase after them, and Dike fought bravely to defend Abisola, and in a desperate bid to protect Queen Abisola, the guard sacrificed himself, shielding Abisola from Ifelua's wrath, and in the process he sustained a serious injury. Abisola took Dike back to her kingdom for him to stay in her palace and heal, but her advisors reminded her of Ifelua's deceit and cautioned against trusting Dike. In the end, Abisola's advisors wouldn't let her have her way. So Queen Abisola chose to send Dike to an old healer on the borders of her kingdom so that he would be healed. Dike was eventually healed, but he couldn't go back to Ifelua's kingdom since he was marked as a traitor. On the other hand, he was banned from stepping outside the town on the border of Queen Abisola's kingdom. In fact, he got separated from Abisola for good. Abisola too, despite her best effort to move on, she found herself haunted by the memories of Dike, since his selfless sacrifice was etched into her heart. And though eventually she married from one of the 5 royal families and bore her kingdom and heir, she never forgot the brave warrior Dike, who risked everything for her sake. As time passed, Queen Abisola's kingdom prospered, but Ifelua's kingdom crumbled under the weight of its own greed and ambition. Queen Abisola found peace and rest in the fact that there were still good men in this world. Dike's selfless sacrifice awakened a sense of forgiveness and love within Abisola. And while she could never be together with Dike, she fulfilled her responsibility to her kingdom and ultimately found a way to move forward. In the end, Abisola's reign ushered in an era of prosperity and peace. And that's all, guys. Subscribe to this channel if you loved the video, and don't forget to like it. Bye bye.